Hey there, Colonials. Welcome back to Quickly Colonial. And today I have a surprise for you, a $2 bill. What does a $2 bill have to do with our colonial times? Absolutely everything. The very first American printed paper currency was a $2 bill. It's actually 9 days older than the United States themselves. It was called a Continental. And it was issued and authorized by Continental Congress June 25th, 1775. And they printed them from 75 to 1779. If you look at our Facebook page, I have a picture of one of those first ones on there, and it has grain being flailed or separated from the chaff. And in Latin, it says tribulatio ditat, which means troubles make us stronger. They were printed by Hall and Sellers, the successors of Benjamin Franklin's printing press. And if you look at this one, I folded it, and those original Continentals were so fragile that when people would fold them, they had to sew them back together with a needle and thread. In 1862, almost 100 years later, Congress says, hey, we want to reprint these $2 bills, and this time put Alexander Hamilton on the front of it. And then in 1869, we get our version that we have today with Thomas Jefferson on the front. I love this old currency. I love looking at them. I love going to coin stores and antique stores to find them. The very first, now this isn't the first one. I just wanted to show you a silver dollar. This one's from the 20s, just to get the idea in your head. But the very first silver dollar coin was made from the Coinage Act of 1792, and they were finally struck then in 1794. Had Lady Liberty on the front and an eagle on the back, which hasn't changed much today. A lot of our coins, we have a quarter that has George Washington and an eagle on the back. The very first penny came from that Coinage Act, 1792, and while this is a modern day one, one of those first ones from 1792 just went up for auction, and it got $2.6 million for a penny. And our pennies today, we're done with them. They're doing away with them. So who knows? Maybe this old boy will be worth $2 million in a couple hundred years. Who knows? In 1861, greenbacks came along, the green colored currency that we have today in $5, $10, and $20 bills. In 1862 came the $1 bill, and it had Treasury Secretary Salmon P. Chase on it. And it wasn't until 1869 that we get my hero, old George Washington, on the front of those ones in 1869. It even had his wife on there with him, George and Martha, on those ones. My dear Colonials, another connection that we still have to this day from all the way back to colonial times with our dear $2 bill. And this one is worth a Continental. My dear Colonials, we'll see you next time. Cheers.